Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Jackson from the shotgun. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And the former Heisman winner, this is Mark Ingram. I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces. That's one they certainly wish they had back, a loss of 8. Throwing on 2nd and long. Jackson, this one complete to Ingram. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here, 3rd and 14. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on that.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Colts pick it up. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. In their locker room, they've got a sign that says defense wins championships. And, Charles, they pointed to that this week, said that has to be us, looking good early.
I like how you saw that because of the bold letters, right? You saw the emphasis that they place on that and what they believe in. And for them, it's every single snap. So it's not just a matter of getting to the quarterback and knocking the ball free. They're trying to read when that ball is going to come free. As soon as those hands separate to throw the ball, they want to be there and have a chance to knock it out.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 23. And the first play of the drive there is incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, a coach said that, right? Yeah. Not an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. To throw again. Eason. And this is Gabriel on the catch. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. The passing game for the Colts finding its stride, another first down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route, the drag, and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone, and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, and he takes it in for a Colts score. A great effort there. His second TD of the game and 18th of the year. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. And this is no good. Missed the PAT, so they fail to connect, and this remains a 13-0 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about, what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave them with a third down. On 3rd and 1, Jackson. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. That makes him now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on third down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Not good at all. Punted just 24 yards there. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. Throwing to start the drive. Eason. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Ryan Anderson. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Now a give right side. Taylor. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up.
30 base. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Off play action. Eason. Looking deep for Gabriel. He's got a man. Complete. An explosive 38-yard pickup. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for... First and 10.
Let's go.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
We go. 50, plant. Defense, let go. Hit it.
From the gun, Eason looking deep for Gabriel. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Taylor Gabriel, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some.
They turn to Harris to begin the drive. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Hey, they're scared. They're scared.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down.
The competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week. We just saw their first one of this game.
And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. From the gun, Jackson. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down. That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
Off the play fake. Eason. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Now a give, right side. It's Taylor. And they work this out past the 25. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
Okay, every now and then, my defensive bias will leak out here. Abysmal play for them. You've got them backed up, and you let them out.
And take advantage. And you know who's happy? The punter. Because if he was needed, they gave him a lot of space to work with now.
Yeah, because he would have had a lot to think about, right? Don't step over the back line and give him a safety. Now he's got room if he needed it.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. That goes for a gain of 31. Well, one thing's for sure. They're going to have to come up with something at halftime because he is absolutely roasting them right now.
They're going to go through the whole litany of things, changing coverages, what are we going to do to put a man on him? The big thing to me is treat it like a good pitcher treats pitching a game. Change your timing, change your location. So sometimes you're up on him, sometimes you're back. Just change up the looks that he sees and make him just a little bit.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Marching in for the sack, Matthew Judon.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget.
Recon, 132 fighter, get it.
Looking to throw. Eason. Open man, Taylor Gabriel.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
He's going to float this over the middle, deep. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
Back to throw. Eason. This is Johnson. He's got it. Good yardage there for the Colts. 18 and a first down. This quarterback now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great play there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
Take your time, first half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The Ravens on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Switch it. Come on, switch it.
From the gun, it's Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Anthony Averett picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at... the 8-yard line.
That's what I'm talking about, boy.
He's taken down back at his own 8-yard line.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Topper! Shoot!
Looking to throw. Eason. Complete to Hilton. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Good yardage after the catch as that play good for 30 and a first. On 1st and 10, Eason. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. He was looking that time to get it to Paris Campbell. And now it's 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
He's got a first down and then some at midfield. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A big play there. On his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. A running play on first down will get 4 up to the 29. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Throwing on 2nd down. Jackson escaping the pressure right. That is incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
A 57-yard attempt.
And that's off the right upright, and it bounces away, no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So distance not the issue there. He had plenty of leg to get it there. It's that darn upright getting in the way.
Always gets in the way of a good time, doesn't it? Because he hit it square, too. Sometimes you...
That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Harris Campbell, touchdown number 15 of the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Second and 10 now from the 27.
Okay, just like that. Just like that.
Throwing again. Jackson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they had incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. If you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Jackson now 4 out of 10 throwing the ball in this first half, but he's got a first down here. And Jackson throwing once more. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw is Jackson. To throw again. Buying time to his left. Now he'll let it go deep down the left sideline. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
This will be caught by Brown. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Jackson to throw. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his...
And this is going to be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a third down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead.
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. A great effort there. His 21st touchdown of the season as his guys continue to pour it on. And that rushing touchdown, his 4th, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try to figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain. On 3rd down, Jackson. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
It's taken on the 25. A great return there of 22 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. The last time out, another touchdown. And I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the road to be fairly clear by the time we have to leave the booth.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 27. Back to throw. Eason, he's got it to Hilton. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 20.
2nd and 4. He dumps it underneath for Taylor. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line.
90, 218, jump.
On first down, Taylor. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great play there. Touchdown number 22 on the season as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good, and that will extend this big lead. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
They run. It's Mark Ingram. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He went backwards 5 yards there on third down to bring up 4th. Here's Sam Cook now. Back now in Indianapolis. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. This is taken at the 10. A good return there, 17 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York? T.Y. Hilton, nobody to beat. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. T.Y. Hilton, his 9th touchdown of the season as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. This is taken at his 4. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got it.
And now look at him go. The 30, 10, and he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A big play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens, they claw one back. Tucker with the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I both enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it number 1 for what we've seen this season.
Looking to throw. Eason. Flush to his right. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
And while he did a good job of sliding around in the pocket, there was nowhere to go with the football, so he had to take off and try and run. He just got back to the line of scrimmage. No gain.
taken in at the 22. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll run again with Harris. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. The Ravens on 3rd down. Just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This is 3rd and 9. Operating from the gun, Jackson. And that will be incomplete. Kenny Moore that time there on the coverage. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
A good pickup there, 26 yards. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people have pointed out to me, this is a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. They'll run on 1st down. It's Taylor, and for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play, and that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
Let's go. You remember me? You remember me? Let's go, baby.
Hey, Orbit. Get it.
From the gun, Eason. There goes a deep ball, end zone, and that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Eason. And he's got his man Hilton. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 13-yard line. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that will extend this big lead. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Jackson down, operating from the gun. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. Pushing his way through. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And now Jackson will look to throw it. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
Let's take over 1st and 10. At the 49.
That one looks like he'll throw here. That's caught inside the 20. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. McLaughlin for the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. This will be fielded at the 8. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yes,
and I think the ball's out. And I believe the Colts have recovered. Yes, they have.
Ready. 60 Pittsburgh. Yo, go.
On 1st down, Taylor. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Colts, they continue to make their case for the playoffs as they move to 9-3. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, it's another week with more questions than answers as they fall to 3-9. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
ladies and gentlemen,